All right, Zach, thanks. There's no such thing as a retired Marine. 7 News has heard that plenty of times during Veterans Voices, and Bob Blake is no exception. His service in the Marine Corps truly impacted his life. And as he told 7 News anchor Catherine Guyon, he's never regretted it.
Concerned all the time, scared most of the time, until the first shot's fired. And it's just like somebody hits you with a cold shower.
Bob Blake says there were 2 wars being fought in the late 1960s. Guerrilla warfare against the Viet Cong and traditional warfare against the North Vietnamese Army. He survived both.
To this day, I've never regretted it. Never.
Blake's service began in 1965 after he received a draft notice. Knowing he didn't want to be in the Army, he met with recruiters and chose the Marines.
And I sat there and thought for a minute, he's probably the only one telling me the truth. So I just reached across the paper and took his enlistment orders and signed them.
The next summer, he was in Vietnam. Blake says he was part of search and destroy missions, worked with civilian action training teams, and was at what many veterans know as the rock pile. During an operation on the afternoon of March 3, 1967, he was critically wounded when mortars hit his position.
When the corpsman got to me, he rolled me over and my right eye was hanging out on my cheek. And I was bleeding profusely from my head clear to my knees. My right hip was all blown out. I had a hole blown in my right lung, 2.5-inch hole in my liver, and a hole through my sternum.
Blake was medevaced to the USS Repose hospital ship. Many days and operations later, he was moved to Clark Air Force Base in the Philippines and then sent to the Naval Hospital in Bethesda. He spent many months there recovering before he was finally able to come home.
The good Lord took care of me when I got blown up, and he stayed with me as long as he could. And when he couldn't devote any more time in looking in on me daily, he sent me one of his angels. And for 55 years, I'm still married to that angel.
That angel is his wife, Lynn. They were married shortly after he was medically retired.
Those of us who were critically wounded spent months in hospital rehabilitation. We had each other to fall on. We worked ourselves through it.
Some memories are still difficult, but Blake remains proud to be a Marine.
I'm proud of my time in the Marine Corps, and I'm proud of my Marines every day.
There's a photo that hangs in Blake's office that you may have noticed in that video. He remembers the exact day it was taken, but he didn't actually see it until recently. Blake shares the funny story as to why it never made it to his hometown paper in a digital exclusive you only see on WTRF.com.